Excuse that they say to customers. 1. I was never notified about this thing before. We tried to notify you twice about it in December 2013 and July 2014. We have made an attempt to send the paperwork at your mailing address, but no one was available at your mailing address, and the documentation was returned back to IRS headquarters as it was a certified letter, so you need to sign for the documentation in order to receive it. So you cannot say that we did not try to notify you about this, because this allegation which you are claiming on IRS can go against you in the courthouse, as you know that these lines have been recorded. 2. If the customer is trying to avoid the call. Look, sir, once I will hang up this call, you will be receiving a call from the local police department, and they will be providing you all this information in detail while they take you under the custody, and they will be confirming all this details with the arrest warrant. 3. I need a document. I never received any document. Why are you calling me? IRS never call. I understand, and if I were you, I would be felon asking for the same. That was the specific reason I asked you earlier. Have you been contacted by the local IRS or local sheriff's department lately to notify you about the lawsuit? I am sure you must be aware that IRS never call. We always send letters. However, we had to reach you today because we need to record this conversation to prove that we have made enough effort to reach the individual before any legal chairs are pressed. As per what I see here, IRS did send a detailed document explaining the calculation error made by you and the amount owed. However, the package was returned back as no one was available to sign for the package. This being a legal document which you were required to sign for the package, but it did not happen. Considering that you may not be around or available, IRS made a second attempt to resend the paperwork to you. However, they returned back to IRS for second attempt also. The FedEx did put in note request that you need to get in touch with them and collect the package. However, there was no response from your side. We also have the copy of note request left by the FedEx. So, you cannot say that we did not try to notify you about this. Because this allegation which you are claiming on IRS can go against you in the courthouse, as you know that these lines have been recorded. As of today, your case being under disputed category. Should you need the paperwork so you can resolve the matter at the court, you can make the payment arrangement, and once you have made the payment you shall receive an automated email from the IRS seeking your e-signature confirming the issue being resolved with the payment details. Further, to add on, the same email shall also offer detailed computation detail explaining the calculation error made by you as per the audit report. Further, IRS may never send your requested statement if the case has a criminal investigation freeze code. Ideally, if you call on the phone to find out, IRS employees are told not to answer in a criminal matter. The only person you can be forced to speak about you to the IRS is your lawyer or the defendant. This is a special relationship given protection under the law called the attorney-client privilege. 4. I file my taxes through my CPA/accountant. I would like to talk to my CPA/accountant. I understand, however, let me get this straight. Your CPA files the taxes on the basis of the information that you provide. So for your error, you cannot hold the CPA guilty and cannot accuse the CPA for the error. Also, during the judicial procedure, even the courthouse shall not hold this as argument of defense. So if you wish to talk to your CPA, I can personally suggest you can resolve the matter, and once you receive the email with the error, you can talk to your CPA with the relevant paperwork for your and his better understanding. Would you be able to comply to the requirements of OIC? For an OIC, let me tell you how it shall work. 1. OIC is an option as decided by the state authorities, and they shall have the sole and discrete authority of approval or termination of OIC if under any circumstances your cooperation is compromised. 2. There won't be any exchange of funds over the phone, wherein we shall not ask you for any of your personal info like debit, credit, or any of your banking info for that matter. 3. You state authorities shall decide on the payment terms, which can either be a cash deposit or cashier's check. You shall be required to deposit the cash or cashier's check in the desired account as offered by your local state authorities. This account may be in the name of the local collection agency or in the name of the revenue officer whom you have to meet. This shall help us to ensure your bank and our banks both are involved in the course of transaction. 5. Further to add on, as we have converted your bad taxes into good ones, we need to show this receivable towards the outstanding on back dates. Should you deposit in local IRS account, then this payment shall reach as for current fiscal year payable amount which not we are trying to pay or arrange for. 6. Hence we might be required to deposit the amount in the name either collection agency or in the name of revenue officer in charge. 7. As to resolve once the transactions are made, your funds shall not reach the IRS until authorized by you. This shall simply put the hold on the legal procedure. 8. To authorize once the payments are made, you shall have to visit the local revenue office and I shall help you with the address for the same. There you have to meet the revenue office in charge, to whom you shall have to hand over the receipt. 9. Before you hand over the receipt and authorize your payment, the officer in charge shall conduct a 30 minutes counseling session for you to explain you in details about the errors spotted in your audit. 10. Only once you have understood all the errors and are satisfied with the explanation, you have to hand over the receipt to the revenue officer to authorize the payment. 11. In case of discrepancies, you can fill the dispute form and decline the payment, and your payments shall not be receivable as it shall be unauthorized.